I'm Larry Brown, and even though I'm in uniform, I'm wearing my Channel 7 cap as I'm at Set for Success today with the organizer and planner, Sue Burge. And Sue, could you tell us a little bit about this event and how it came to be?
Thanks, Larry. Sure, about 3 years ago, while I was meeting with the Boothbay Region Community Resources, I was telling them about this idea I had for a back-to-school event. And I went, with all the information to give them in terms of what I wanted to do, and that was be sure that every one of our children in the Boothbay Elementary School system was outfitted with a backpack and every teacher-required school supply possible. And after my presentation to BRCR, they endorsed it completely, and off we went, off and running. I had a game plan and orchestrated it, and then went out into the community and asked for help. And the help came, and it came, and it came. The people of Boothbay Region, from Southport to Boothbay Harbor, Boothbay, Edgecombe, and beyond, have been phenomenal in supporting this event.
It speaks volumes of how great a community is that we live in. And I don't want to put you on the spot, but could you mention some of the major players who have stepped to the forefront to help come up with all of these supplies?
Yes, I sure can. Right off the bat, in July of the past several years, we have had a back-to-school Mission Outreach Sunday, which takes place in the 13 churches on our peninsula. The members and friends of these 13 churches are asked to consider bringing a school supply to church with them on this one given day, or a money donation. So all of the churches participate in this individually on that one Sunday, and the result from that is our first big kickoff, where we receive tons of school supplies and thousands of dollars from the members and friends of the churches of our community, and that is first and foremost. Secondly, we have, and he was in the house here today, Big Al, Route 1, Wiscasset. He has embraced this whole process and has invited me to his store. What do you need? What do you need? And I go with a list, and on the list he is able to provide us with pencils and pens and notebooks and all kinds of things. A lot of it he gives to us as his gift because he's such a believer in this whole process. Other things he sells to us at an insanely low price, so it really gives us great buying power. Also on the list would be Scott Larson, who is the owner of New Wagon Seaside Inn and Compass Rose Events. Scott is another one of my personal heroes because of what he does. Nobody knows. We don't need to go into details about it, but without him and his gifting to us, this also would not be at the point it's at. So there are many more, and I'm feeling a little concerned that I'm not mentioning them all at this point, but at our Welcome Center today is a list, a thank you to everybody who has come, and also a list of all of the supporting, top supporting people, which includes our churches, of course. So it is an amazing community event.
I know you're not the type of person to pat someone on the back, so I will do it. And the other thing to mention is you're probably already getting ready for 2015.
We are indeed. In fact, we just had Big Al here in the house again, as I mentioned, and he has gone around. He is absolutely in awe of what is going on. And he's already saying, okay, Sue, next year we got to talk. We've got to figure things out. Scott Larson, he's another one. He says, Sue, we got to sit down, we got to talk. We got to work things out. We got to make some different changes, even in the setup of the event and the long lines and everything. we have a donation jug at the welcome table, and we are accepting donations, and those donations will go toward 2015. So it's just an ongoing process. Yes, we will get ready. One of the exciting things that just happened to me a few minutes ago is I was just approached over at the Lincoln Health table by a gal who is connected with the Damascotta YMCA. They want to do something just like this. And that's been my dream, actually, that we can take this model and move it on and get other people excited about it. So I'm expecting to have a connection from those people in Damascotta, and we sit down and give them the whole, idea of how this works, and they can take off and do it their way, So that was great.
If someone wanted to get involved and give you a hand with this, how would they go about that?
I would love a phone call. Sue Burge. I don't mind giving my phone number out. It's 633-7049. I have email. I am on Facebook. I don't need to give all that stuff out now, but just give me a phone call. We are dearly and desperately needing more help on the planning stages of this. The volunteer side of this for the day of the event is phenomenal. Oops. I think we're going to, no. So anyway, I need people that will come along beside me and take pieces of this and help bring it to fruition, to what it is today. Yeah.
Thank you very much for taking a chance to chat with us today, and look forward to seeing you here in 2015.
We'll be back. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, John.
And with me is Scott Larson, who you just heard Sue Burge talk about. Now I'm going to give him the opportunity to talk about Sue. Scott.
Well, Sue does all the heavy lifting. The rest of us do it's the easy stuff for us. She has got this thing down to a fine, it's a well-oiled machine. She's got the right mindset. I've actually told her that this is a national charity in the making, that she could build up into something that would be easy to do across the country. If we could find 48 other people just like her, we could do the same thing in 48 states. So she's the one that does all the heavy lifting, all the work, all the coordinating. If you can imagine what she's doing, she understands exactly how much she needs to get of each item. And you can tell there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of items here. And for her to be able to make sure that all works, and that at the end of the day, we haven't run out of anything, we have just enough, it's not an easy feat. And she is pulling from a lot of different people. I know Big Al was heavily involved this year, and he does a great job too. So I'm just excited to be a part of it. My family, we make a family thing of it. My daughter helped me last year. I've got him back again. I got my other daughter this year. So we've really had fun with it.
I think it speaks of what a great community we've got here of all coming forward. So all the kids literally start off on a level playing field.
Well, that's the base of what this is about, is to try to make sure that, there aren't the haves and the have-nots. Everybody has, and it's a great way to get everybody going on the beginning of the season or the school year, and it also makes sure that it also is. We know what it costs to buy school supplies for kids. So to be able to take this, and it's one less thing that families have to worry about. And the school supplies is just part of it. You've got all the haircuts and all the other things that are all going to getting kids ready to go back to school. And I think the name says it all. Set for success. Make sure they're all on the same playing field. Make sure they all have an equal shot, and make sure they all start the same day with all the same stuff. It's a good thing.
Scott, I appreciate you chatting with me. I look forward to seeing you here in 2015.
We'll be back if she'll have me.
Yeah, I know she will. And with me is Evelyn Andrews of Hannaford, who's been a great supporter of this event for all 3 of the years that they've had it. And this year, they're into healthy breakfast foods. Evelyn, talk a little bit about Hannaford Supporters Set for Success and the neat food you've got here today.
Well, each year Hannaford is a major sponsor of the Set for Success Back to School event. Thank you to Sue Burge, who puts this all together, and the Community Resource Group. This year we are focusing on healthy breakfast with our guiding stars. We have applesauce. It's Go Squeeze applesauce, which is every kid's favorite. That gets 3 guiding stars. We have Cheerios that has 2 guiding stars. Of course, we have all kinds of fruit and even a Capri Sun vegetable fruit juice that also has 3 guiding stars. So that's what Hannaford is all about in our healthy program with the guiding stars. It's a great opportunity to get out there in the community and help out such a great event.
I know Hannaford is a great supporter of many community things that are going on, but this one especially.
Absolutely. We're all about the kids, all about focusing on the community, so this one also is a lot of fun.
Could you talk a little bit about Sue Burge and her getting a hold of you to get you involved in this?
Well, Sue's not very hard to find or hard to find me. So she just sends out an email and says, hey, let's talk about back to school, and it just goes from there. We've had more conversations in aisle 1 or downtown or wherever. There is definitely never a loss for words with Sue and I. So it's a great event. Always looking for volunteers. So if anybody is interested in hanging out next year for year number 4, contact me or contact Sue and we will put you in the right direction.
Thank you, Evelyn, and again, look forward to seeing you here in 2015.
Awesome. Thanks, Larry.
Okay. And with me now is the Blethen family. We've got a school committee member, a kid who looks really good, and a mom who wants to talk about how neat it is to come here and get all the school supplies.
Yes,
so, Mom, we'll start with you.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank all the volunteers and all the different companies and everybody that's here to support the community. And it's great because it's not just for, you know, a certain income or anything, it's for everybody. And it's a huge relief to be able to come here and get all of your supplies and meet and see all the local people who are giving their time and everything, and just really, really appreciate it. It's a great cause.
And kid that wants to just look good.
Hi.
Okay. All right, and Dad, Mr. School Committee, I'm sure you have some thoughts on this.
Absolutely. No, I think it's a tremendous event. I was pretty overwhelmed when I walked in the door to see all of these people and all of these different groups rallying around our school, around the school system. You have school, you have teachers and principals, the superintendents in here, but also all these other groups in our community. So for everybody sort of to rally around the kids in our schools is just a great source of pride for us as a community. So I'm thrilled. This is great.
Again, thank you for chatting with me, and we'll let a little secret here in case anyone doesn't know. This man to my right is the newest member of the Iron Man Club, and there could be another Channel 7 segment coming up in the near future as he joins Dr. Alamo and Cameron Mitchell.
Nice!
Thanks, Larry. Thank you very much.
That's awesome!
Okay. Thanks again, folks.
Thanks, Larry.
Okay. And I'm now over at our Boothbay Region Lions, who've got a real neat thing set up today to test kids' eyes. Glenn Tilton, would you like to talk with us a little bit about that?
Yes, we've got a eye screening for children. The parents come out and fill out some paperwork. They go in, takes 2 or 3 seconds to determine whether they need an eye exam, something like that, and it works out pretty good.
Karen, can you tell us anything about this and what goes on with the kids and what the reception's been?
Sure. We've had an overwhelming response today. I can't give you a count on how many kids, but the parents have been very appreciative of what we're doing. We've had Lions from Harrison, Maine come down and bring their machine down. So it's an infrared machine. Like Glenn said, it only takes a couple of minutes.
And I know this is what the Lions, this is one of their missions.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
They also collect eyeglasses for people, and where I just joined, so I may defer it to our King Lion.
No, we get a lot of requests from people for eye exams, eyeglasses, things of that nature, and they work with local optometrist Tom Nadeau, Sheepscot Eye Associates, and they write the club a letter, and we see a need to give some money for an exam or some glasses, and we've done that in the past too. So that's worked out good.
Well, again, folks, thanks for being part of this. I think it just speaks volumes of what a great community we're in, that everyone comes together for this event.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay. And with me is Leslie Cook from the Boothbay Region Garden Club, and she's going to talk a little bit about the programs they do with the kids in schools.
We've always worked with the kids in the school, and they have their own little garden club there. And we meet every Monday from 2:30 to 3:30, and they do their own gardens, and they go to the botanical gardens. Last year they generated the Headless Horseman Scarecrow for the Botanical Gardens scarecrow thing. And we always do Smokey the Bear every year. And last year we had a New England winner. And this year we had 2 state winners and a honorable mention through New England. This is the first year we have ever done a poetry contest. And the New England winner gets his own book, which he is listed with all these states and the clubs that participate. And because he was a New England winner, he gets his own poetry book.
Would you like to mention who this young person was?
This young person was Jack Puffy. Unfortunately, he has moved on to Yarmouth to go to school. But we still have Addie Stone and Sierra Pitcher that were runners-up.
Great.
And they're going to do it next year.
All right.
And we have the kids here are wonderful. They're fun to work with, and I look forward to it every Monday.
Well, thanks for letting us know about this, and can we see you here next year too?
Oh, I'll be here next year.
Great. Okay. And I'm now over at the Boothbay Region Rotary Club's table where Linda's going to tell about what they're giving out this year.
We are giving out hygiene packages with shampoo, soap, sanitizer, combs, and tissues for the kids going back to school. The teachers really requested the hand sanitizer, so that's one of the biggest things that, and just a lot of the community needs things like this. So, and the Rotary decided that we would put the hygiene packages together.
Hey, is this the first year you've been here? You've been here?
This is the first year for me, and this is really great. It's just really well needed, and the community they've done a great job to take care and support these kids.
And I know how Rotary supports the kids in so many ways, so this was just a natural for you folks to jump in on this.
Absolutely, yes, to give back to the community.
So can I guess that I'll be seeing you here next year?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thanks for taking a few minutes to talk with us then.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. And with me is Christy Innocent of Untangled, who's volunteered to come in here today to cut some kids' hair. Christy, tell us a little bit about how you got involved in this.
I got involved 2 years ago, which is I think when it started. Annette approached me and asked if I would help her.
And I imagine you must feel pretty good about being involved in the community like this?
I do, yeah. I think this is a great thing for a lot of kids that don't have the opportunity to receive a lot of the things that are here.
And how many kids' hair have you been able to cut today?
I think I've done about a half a dozen. Okay. There's a lot more hairdressers here than have been here in the past, so it was good. We got a lot more kids in.
Good. Well, I want to thank you for everything you're doing, and should I guess I'll be able to see you here next year?
Of course, I will be here.
Okay, good. Thanks for chatting with us, Christy.
Thank you.
And with me is Evelyn King, Superintendent of Schools, who I'd like to ask you, what do you think about this event?
This is just an amazing, amazing opportunity for our kids, for our community. Once again, it is showing how our community rallies behind our kids, how they support our children, their education. We see it from pre-K, we see it up to graduation. It's great to see us start the year this way, and then we end the year with a wonderful celebration of our seniors, and it's all because of our community. We couldn't do it without them.
And again, I'm sure accolades go out to Sue Burge for helping to coordinate this.
Well, what an amazing angel. She and I have just chatted, and certainly we're already planning for next year, and certainly she's showed me some things that she could use some help with, and I've already made a commitment for lots of extra help next year from our staff and from our resources and things that we can do to make things easier for her. But what an angel for our community.
And the other thing I think that it probably goes without saying, but it puts all of our kids on a level playing field, that they all show up on the first day with the supplies they need, because this is an expensive thing
Sending kids back to school is very expensive. As much as we try to provide as much as we can, it always falls back on the parents' shoulders. So having this opportunity And it doesn't end today. Sue's going to have all the stuff go back to her house, and then she's going to continue to fill backpacks as children that couldn't get here today we get lists of kids that didn't get here today, and we will build backpacks for them. And then new families that come into the community, our schools will call Sue, and she'll continue to build backpacks. So this is where we see it all happen. But the work she's done and her crew to get here, and what she'll do after this to continue to support our kids, is just, it's 1 in a million.
We're very fortunate.
We are incredibly lucky, and absolutely incredibly lucky. What a community.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for chatting with us, and I can imagine I'll be seeing you here next year.
Very soon, Larry. Thank you.